Welcome back to Volcross Exposed. I'm Nathan Kirk, and with me I have
Simon Start,
Tiana,
and Nicholas Kirk.
As most of you guys know, y'all know who Nick is, and you guys know who Tiana is, and some of you might know who Simon is. He appeared in one of my recent vlogs, and I haven't been vlogging lately, just a lot going on. But yeah, we're just all chilling here in Brampton, Ontario. Usually I come here pretty often. Literally I was here last weekend. So yeah, so the topic for tonight, technically it's like morning already. Simon went to the UK for a vacation, and he is usually either working or he's at home, but he actually went to the UK for a vacation. So Simon, what interesting stories did you have for us tonight?
How much time do you have? If you want my most interesting story, it's a long one. I don't know.
Let it rip.
Let it rip. All right. Hello, everyone. So, it was a warm English night. Sorry, I can't start a story like that. That's horrible. There is no warm English nights. It was slightly rainy, slightly cloudy, as is England. It's an island. You'll love it. Probably not, though. I'm just going out for a walk after I'd been out all day, staying with my grandparents. So I look at them. They're 97 and 94 years old. And
Wow.
I'm looking, yeah, I know, right? They're still kicking around. It's pretty cool. But I told them I'm going out for a walk. My grandma's always like, oh, here's the places you could walk. And I'm like, look, I'm probably just gonna go to a pub. I can't sugarcoat that, really, to a 97-year-old lady. And so, yeah, that's the plan. She's like, oh, okay, well, just don't go to Leeds. And Leeds is about a city 4 hours away from where I was at walking distance anyway. So, of course, I go out for this walk and I end up at a lovely pub called the Pear Tree. I sit down in a corner. Lovely way if you guys are traveling, just check on a bar, sit down, observe what's going on. I saw two guys drinking in one corner, and they seemed to be pretty friendly, not much going on, and two other guys ordered some beers and left them behind for about 5 minutes while they were doing God knows what. So I got to witness a theft of beer. Heinous crime in any country, doesn't matter where you are.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but when they came back, these guys were panicking, just like they're looking around for their beers. I'm watching this whole thing unfold, and at that point I noticed, like, I'm joining these guys, like the beer thieves. They're my people. Ended up joining.
Oh my God.
It's how you get to know the locals, you know? You find the interesting ones, the beer thieves, the degenerates. Those are your people. Those are the ones you want to find. And of course, you know, next thing I know, we're going off to another pub. In about 5 minutes, there's about 7 of us. They're all about like 20 years older than me too. They open up the, like, as soon as I meet them, they introduce themselves, and then they go to show me a video on their phone, and it's this guy panning his camera through a densely bushed area, and I'm expecting to see like a secret garden, like it's looking really intense. It's just a line of guys peeing. Like, this is how you know you're hanging out with the degenerates, you know?
Did they know that it was a weird kind of situation? Or?
Oh, yeah, they were very much weird. They started calling me Simon the Maniac. So only a maniac would, you know, hang out with some beer thieves and people showing videos of them peeing. I wasn't so much of a maniac as I'd just, you know, been spending a lot of time with that 94, 97-year-old. So I was ready for something a little bit different. And that was it. So we ended up going pub to pub. At one point we're at a pub, and they throw a pillow, because it's just, a lot of the pubs there are really relaxed. They got couches, chairs, and if the guy throws this pillow, it hits a statue on a pillar. The statue starts rocking back and forth slowly. We're all watching it in slow motion, and everyone's looking over, it's like, you fucking wanker! And two guys are packing up all their stuff, like getting ready to leave as fast as possible. Like, oh God, I think we stayed there for one more drink after that, because thankfully the statue just righted itself. None of us ran over to save it, we just watched it go
my
in slow
God.
motion.
You didn't visit the Stonehenge?
Stonehenge?
It's Stonehenge.
Oh, that would have been a ways off for me.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hike, and plus we were way too drunk that night for that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's valid.
It's near Robin Hood's grave, though. Unmarked.
The
and
thief?
Theoretical.
Wait,
but,
the Robin Hood?
yeah, I mean...
It's like it's just a. I thought it was like a story.
So who's this wrong?
Yeah, it's mythology, so it's sort of a theoretical grave. It's basically a big pile of dirt, and it's... I don't really know how to explain it. It could be a story still, but that's where theoretically his grave is.
There's no way it was like this huge story or this theoretical story, and no one has tried to dig it up yet.
I mean,
Actually,
I'm not big on grave robbing, but...
If you want to be haunted.
That reminds me. I actually, nope. I can't say it. Fuck.
Sorry guys, we are sitting on the balcony for the listeners who's not watching the video version. There's a lot of cars and traffic, so if you're hearing a lot of noise, that's the reason why. So I do apologize for that, but we can't really fix that. So anyway, continue, Nick.
No, I was about to say something, but because that reminded me, because you said Robin Hood, I was like, oh, it's like an auditions thing, but I'm like, oh, I can't say it.
Oh, top secret.
Top
I was like,
secret.
I forgot, I can't.
Okay, Tom Holland over there.
No, I can't.
Releasing all the leaks.
Like no matter what, it's kind of funny when I audition for things, even though I don't get the role, I have to know that thing is coming out. I can't talk about it. I can't say it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, this show's coming out, this movie's coming out, but I auditioned even though I didn't get the part. I can't tell you what it was though, because like
I'm guessing it had something to do with Robin Hood.
something
Alright,
like that.
theorists, get on there.
It's gonna be a Netflix thing, so apparently it's not that big of a
Speaking of
budget.
Netflix, like,
So
I don't want to speak about Netflix too much, but man, like their prices, like for like streaming.
Isn't it like
service-
$18.99?
Yeah, man, people.
Why?
Oh no, it's that, but they're also they're thinking of bringing ads in,
Oh,
straight up
They don't
ads.
put enough good stuff
Yo,
on there.
they don't put it up like for there to be ads.
Apparently, I don't know where. I don't know if it's in America or the UK. Zoe 101 is on Netflix.
Zoe 101. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jealous.
what's a Zoe 101?
Bro,
Oh
you're
my, get out of here.
Goodbye, everyone. It's been lovely. It'll be a quick drop.
Zoe 101. That's Britney Spears' sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I forgot what the show was about. I just remember it very.
They go to PCA. No, that's wrong. No, yeah, right? PCA?
I don't know. It was like when you used to watch freaking Living Life with Derek.
They go to a school called PCA. It's like a campus.
Oh.
And they have these little phones and those scooters. What are they called again? They're scooters.
I can't remember.
wait, the segues.
No, that is not what they're called. In Zoe 101. They're called like G-Shocks. Not really.
Wait, what?
G-Shocks.
They're called something with the G.
Yo.
Not yet, though.
So no one remembers Zoe 101?
No.
I do.
I remember
but I
the
just
show
don't remember.
vividly, but I don't remember the absolute like what was the point in the show? Like what was the storyline of the show?
School.
That
Like every
makes a lot
Disney
of
show.
sense. Yeah, that checks out.
Man, she's gotta like that. She's gotta be like, because she's younger than Britney Spears, right? By how
Spears
much
is in
though?
her, what, 15?
Because like,
40s?
No, Britney Spears is.
because Zoe
Caitlyn
101, she was like,
Spears,
it was a
like,
college
In
campus,
her
right?
30s.
So it's like, she
Yeah,
was
but she was
playing
16 when she started it.
Zoe 101, like the person who
She
plays.
was 16. Or she was young.
She looked older though.
But how though? The
She's
show
not.
was like,
Maybe because we were so young. That's why.
the show like came out like yesterday.
I'm sure if we watched the show now, we're like, oh my god, yeah, she was 16.
It feels like yesterday. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense though.
Well, that's like with Life with Derek and all those shows.
Yeah, you could tell they weren't actually. They're probably older, but playing teenagers.
That's true. It's like
I
every
think they were like 18 or 19 when they started.
it's like every movie where it's like all the teenagers. They're like fully like they're like all ripped and stuff, and like somehow you could see their 5 o'clock shadow from like.
I think in Zoe 1, no, I think she was like 14 or 13 when she started, because she's actually young in the show.
That is so weird.
Remember, because it got canceled because she got pregnant at 16.
It happens.
Zoe 101 got canceled because she got pregnant.
Does anybody?
No. Are you gonna be okay?
No, if I gotta tell a story, that's probably a horrible idea. There'll be 30 tangents. Zoe 101 was only the first of many.
That's
Save it when you're done your story then.
Oh, story, yes. We went to another pub after the statue pub. Called the Railway. Lovely pub. I actually got to do a tour of the basement because I asked politely. It's not a bad idea. To just, like, ask for what you want. See what happens. Nothing bad really usually
ask for what you
happens.
want.
And, next thing you know, you're in a creepy basement with an older lady by herself. It was a good time. What can I say? But that's not part of this story. That was another time. I went back there,
Hopefully, if you provide a little more context of what you were doing in that bathroom.
I wanted to see what happens underneath the bar, and yeah, I got to see it. It's kind of cool. A lot of kegs, a chiller down there to keep the keg room cold, and then a dispensary where they keep another refrigeration unit to send the beers and everything up to the bar cold. It's pretty cool stuff.
The kegs, are they like hooked up to the hose and
They're
then
just, like,
they pull from the taps upstairs?
Yeah, basically. There's like just stacks and stacks
Since theirs
of
are
kegs.
downstairs.
Yeah. It's pretty cool stuff, actually. From like an engineering standpoint, I was like, wow. But there's a lot of low-hanging beams, so when I came back there, I printed off a picture of a duck at the library and brought it to them as a gift, so that they actually had like a safety sign that just says, it's a picture of a duck, but people should get it. If they don't, then they deserve whatever brain damage they get.
Oh, duck.
Duck.
Yeah.
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 It's up there somewhere. It's a part of me left there. Back to the story after that tangent. I ended up at that pub, and I met some people that I crashed their barbecue a few days earlier, and they were there. Apparently they tried calling my grandparents to get me out, and they had no idea where I was because I went off, told them I was going off gallivanting. Gallivanting I did. They didn't really know when I was coming back that night. I think I left, must have had 9 guys in that group at that point. And I'm bouncing between the 9 guys and this table with a guy and 2 ladies. The guy's name's Luke, so it was Luke, his girlfriend, and another girl, Anna. Bouncing between the 2 of them, but eventually, me and Anna were hitting it off. So I'm sitting there talking to her, and at some point I just hear these 9 guys yell, "Get the Canadian, we're leaving!" A bunch of them come up, they find me, look, let's go, we're going out of here. And some of the guys were queuing into what was going on. It's no, let's leave him, he's having a good night. And damn near got dragged down to that bar. I got 9 guys hugging me. They're way more open to, physical acts. They're handshakes, hugging and stuff. So I'm giving 9 guys a hug, which I felt famous basically under this bar. 9 guys hugging me as they're leaving. And I'm sitting down with this small group now. Luke's girlfriend, hates her shirt. It's this nice leopard print blouse. I guess it was a plastic, so it was just not very nice for her to wear. I offered to trade shirts with her. Yeah. Well, I didn't like my shirt. My shirt was too long on me. Her shirt would, I figured it was a good trade. We go into the bathroom area, and she's like, "But should we change the men's?" Well, that's probably not a great idea. We go into the women's, it's empty. And I start taking off my shirt, and I got it almost above my head when this old lady pops out of the bathroom stall. And I'm looking at her as I take off my shirt. I'm like, "I'm so sorry about this." This old lady's like, No, thank you." All the permission I needed. So I took the shirt off, traded it, and I come out in this woman's blouse, and everyone's looking at me what the... Damn. I looked good, not gonna lie.
You did look pretty good in the blouse. I'll throw a photo up. Don't worry.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Viewers, you'll love it. It's everything
It's
you've
good
ever
stuff.
dreamed. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
You don't even have to subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to promote my own platform.
Watch people actually search up Simon Stark.
Watch a trend on Google tomorrow. So, that's how I'll know I can retire.
So I was like Googling himself. Like, he's like, where am I?
I bet celebrities do that all the time, just to like, I can Google myself.
Google myself. Well, because here's the thing. When, for example, Wikipedia, anyone could go on Wikipedia. And update, you can update anyone's information on Wikipedia. Anybody can do it.
It's crazy, actually.
But, I know this. I watched this group of YouTubers yesterday, and they tried getting into like a concert, like backstage, by updating the famous people or the musicians or whatever. They tried updating the Wikipedia page to make it seem like they were cousins of these famous people.
Oh my god!
To get in.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No. What does work though, you can carry a ladder into a place.
Yeah, as long as you're carrying a ladder and you have or a safety vest, you can go anywhere you want. Anywhere you want.
Yeah.
They'll just think you work there or you're fixing something. Anywhere you want.
Just set it up on stage while they're playing. Change a light bulb.
You're like, strong man, I don't know how to change a light bulb. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, that night after the shirt change, I think I had some guys like coming up. It's always the guys who compliment you when you're wearing like something nice. The girls, they're too intimidated, I think. You know, they're scared to come.
That's true. Like I had more guys compliment me on stuff than women.
Oh,
so
yeah.
But I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't complain. My ego was like going through here. I was wearing I forgot I was wearing the blouse a few times, to be honest, until like I put on my sweater. This guy, I thought he was the bouncer. He's coming up to me. He's like, "Good, you're still wearing it." We kept drinking there, dancing. Cause it was karaoke night. The guy singing, Luke. Oh my God, he had like a set of lungs on it. He was like singing some Beatles and a few other songs. The entire crowd loved him. He's like jumping up on chairs and tables and stuff. It was a great night. When we're leaving, everyone's like saying goodbye to the Canadian. Like, come back anytime, Canadian. You'd be good. Calling me Canada and stuff. Wasn't a bad night at all. I'm leaving. Like, goodbye, or as they say in England, toodaloo, my friends. Keep getting told it's old, but I'm bringing it back. So I ended up sleeping at that place there with the three of them on the couch, of course. And at some point in the night, I agreed to help Luke do construction in his house, or his friend's house anyway. I agreed to be Anna's alarm clock at 10 a.m. So I woke up at like 6 in the morning and hanging around for 4 hours, like falling back asleep in and out. And I go to walk. I couldn't like message anybody to like tell them where they were because they didn't have Wi-Fi and services. I'd have to pay like $15 a day for service or something.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, something ridiculous. So.
Oh, wait, so you couldn't call, or you didn't have any like?
I didn't have cell service or Wi-Fi, so yeah, I was like stranded, so to speak.
Oh my God.
No big deal. I just walked back home, but at 10:30 in the morning, I guess, when I got back home, and I just see my mom's head pop out the window. Like, thank God at this point I had my like sweater on. The blouse was off because it'd probably been better if I walked up in a blouse. But I come inside the house and there's my mom, my grandparents, and then my grandparents' friends all sitting in there, and I'm like, God, this is an intervention. This is not good. They're like, oh, we're so worried for you. Like, keep in mind, I'm 23 years old. In high school, I disappeared for like 5 days. I think was my longest disappearance.
Yeah.
But like, they sort of knew where I was, more or less. But I was usually working. In this case, I was going out drinking, and they were like, oh, we were worried. We called the hospitals. They said there's nobody admitted. We were calling the police to file a missing person. Like, damn, I've been gone 1 day. This is the first time anybody's cared enough to call the police. So I'm heart-warmed, embarrassed, and also...
It's like you have to you literally have to go to a different country for people to be concerned about your whereabouts.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair. They're grandparents, right? I guess my granddad still thinks of me as a little kid. So he's like, he woke up at 3 in the morning, and neither of them sleep well. I looked over at my grandma, and he's like, Sam didn't come home. And I was like, what do you want me to do about that? I was like, why the hell did you tell him he could walk to Leeds? Grandma was like, I didn't think he'd actually do it. So I don't know I guess they thought I walked to Leeds anyway.
You gotta love grandparents.
I'm sitting there later, like I told you, I was going gallivanting. And gallivanting I did. Like telling her, like I was wearing a women's blouse, and after that, everything's a little hazy. But it was all cleared up. Everything was good, and then I ended up basically drinking every night, mostly at the railway. That's how I ended up in the basement, of course. You know. Things escalate. I tend to not slow them down.
Oh my gosh.
That was probably my craziest night.
Those freaking Honda Civics in the freaking background. Not to diss a Honda Civics, it's the racers, guys. Calm down.
Honda Civic.
Hey, honestly, if we go to
You
London,
drive a Honda Civic.
I do.
sorry, if we go to England or whatever, like, we just so happened to, like, if we're gonna go, I feel like it'd be rude not to visit her. Does she live in it? Like, in
Your aunt
England
who
now?
lives in England.
And you
It would
get
be
it.
rude
Oh
not to know
yeah,
where she lives.
yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah. I
Something
don't know exactly
about
where
yours?
though.
What about your boobs?
I said it would be rude not to know where she lives.
Where'd you get that drink? Where was that?
You got it from the place.
Things escalate.
No, like right now. Where did he pick it up from?
Look, don't question.
That's exactly what I do. Exactly what I do. I just walk out to
Just puts it in the inner pocket of your jacket.
I used
Yeah.
to be called 2-4 shortly in college because I had like a bottle of ramen inside my jacket and you couldn't tell.
Jesus. That's
I
perfect.
tend to escalate things.
You were in college. Were you on campus?
Like, I lived in residence, which was just to the side of campus. I don't really know the terms. I was mostly there to, like,
Like you stayed, right?
yeah, it was like 3 years. Yeah. It was a 4-year program, it was condensed down to 2 years, and then a 1-year extra program.
It's not bad actually.
Yeah, I mean, got me through it. So, viewers, or I guess you guys,
Did you have
viewers
roommates?
can't talk. Roommate, yeah, nine of us all together.
Oh God, no.
Wait. In what type of space though?
Well, it was like a townhouse type deal, and there'd be 4 people to a unit, but we were in the handicap accessible unit, so there'd be 2 basements and then 2 upstairs, and the kitchen. So they combined 2 units and took out 1 kitchen and made it a ground floor unit for somebody in a wheelchair. So it became a 9-person apartment.
Nope.
It wasn't bad.
That's so long.
That's pretty dope actually.
That's pretty dope, actually. Fucking like 9 people.
There's always something to do. I just pop up and there'd be like some Overwatch like party going on, and it was right at the beginning of Fortnite, so there was a lot of that too. So
Oh my
back when it
god.
wasn't that bad.
Fortnite.
Yeah, used to play Civ together. We'd have a huge LAN party.
What's Civ?
Civilization. It's like Risk, but a little more complicated. Sorry to any Civ fans. I know that's probably going to trigger you, but I'm not going to explain the whole thing. You can Google it. It's fun. Highly recommend it.
I'm not really much of a like. So is it a what is it like a? It's not a board game, is it?
It's on the computer, so you choose a civilization to be American.
Did I just say it's on a board?
Board game? You
We're like 80 years old.
I was like, wait, this guy just said board game. I was
I
like,
don't play video games. Like Joseph
Like a
Joseph
country,
begs
and
me
you have to like
to play
run
video
the country.
games.
Yeah, you run the country, you fight other countries, build an army. You can work
Oh,
for science.
Civ. You know, I think Joseph was telling me about that actually.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, probably. I know he's playing this game. It was like a really intense military game simulation thing, where like everything's like super realistic. Like your your ammunition count is realistic.
beer.
But I don't know. He tells me about so many games I can't keep track. Just like how he tells me like to watch movies and TV shows that I can't keep track of. But yeah, I mean the guy has time on his hands, so.
Was that cold?
Was it what?
That.
I mean, this
It was
Nathan
a-
took forever setting up after when I brought it out, which is my fault for bringing it out. I didn't know when he was going to be finishing setting up the mics
yeah.
and stuff. So the beer did get warm sitting out here.
It was like 4 of us. It took a while to set up.
This guy's like, it'll take seconds to set up. And we're like,
No, he said, and I quote, "It'll take lightning speed."
That's like lightning speed, bro.
I'm like,
lightning speed is me in bed. This is not lightning speed.
This is lightning speed. Look, we haven't even. We're almost to the half. We're almost to the half-hour mark, if you guys want to keep talking, that's cool. But if you don't, that's cool too.
Well, do you all have any questions, comments, concerns? They got quiet.
No,
Sounds good. I think we covered all the bases then. That's England. It's drinking.
Have a sip.
No, but I don't know. We've just been chilling a lot lately because, like, for me, with my job specifically, I also work Saturday, so I work like literally Monday to Saturday. But I'm kind of removing Saturday now, so pretty much I'm either working, spending time with Noah, or here. Majority of time from now on is probably gonna be working, spending time with Noah here. Like, Noah's gonna be with me here most of the time. So, essentially, what?
oh no.
That crunch.
That crunch. Oh yeah, the popcorn. Yeah. So essentially, like, I'm gonna have a little more time on my hands on the weekends to kind of chill out and just vibe. Oh yeah, we taught Simon how to longboard, right?
Yeah.
We taught this guy how to longboard, and he picked it up ridiculously fast. He was drunk, and we taught him on a drop deck for all you long people. All you longboard people.
You long.
Are you long people?
Long people on longboard.
I think for lankiness, I think we're considered long people.
Long people.
Are you long people?
I identify as a long person.
Careful now.
Careful.
You're teetering. No, but yeah, we decided to give Simon a drop deck, which is one of Nick's boards. Also, Nick surprised me by having Simon here, because when Simon got back to you can explain it. I know the details of that.
Oh, yeah, when we flew back from England home, we were supposed to get the train from Toronto back to Kingston, and then we were getting a ride home from there. But my mom was panicking. She looked online, there's no tickets left. I'm like chilling, so I'm like, okay, we're finally back in Canada, what bad thing can happen, really? She's panicking, going, oh my god, we're gonna sleep in the station and stuff tonight because there's no tickets. Like, just calm down. There's like motels, there's taxis, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I know people in Toronto, you know people in Toronto. We got like options here. And she's still freaking out, going, no, I'm sleeping. I can see her texting her friends, going like, I think we're sleeping in the station tonight.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, there's nobody in the motels. It's gonna be Canada Day tomorrow. I'm like, that's a good point, but I'm still not panicked. And we get there and she's all stressed, and I go up to the kiosk and they're like, yeah, there's one ticket left. It's business class. I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll get my mom business class. He sold me an economy seat. Looking at it like, what is this? This is economy. He's like, oh, okay, so there was one economy, but there's also a business class. Do you want that as well? I can justify buying business class for my mom, but for myself, like, really? That's a little lavish. I think not.
How sweet.
Yeah. So I just gave her the economy class. Call Nick here, and I'm like, hey, surprise sleepover. I've got some 18-year-old rum. Like, I'm either drinking it with you or on the streets. A little guilt trip there. Never hurt.
Definitely drinking it with me, that's for sure. Not the streets, buddy. Not the streets, bro.
Yeah, downloaded Uber for the first time. Took my first ever Uber. I feel like I'm in the future. It was crazy. Some guy. Anyway, I ended up at here in Tiana's place with Nick and had a little sleepover. And the next morning, we got an Uber back to Union Station to get a train. And at that point, as soon as we got to Union Station, Nathan calls. He goes, hey, I'm coming over. I'm looking at him like, well, hell, if he's staying over, I'd like stick around. I haven't seen this guy in 3 weeks now. So we're getting the subway around and getting where Nick needs to get for his errands. Eventually got back, and Tiana didn't expect me to be around. Nathan didn't expect me to be around, so got to surprise everyone with my presence. And my mom's still like, where the hell is he? But they haven't called the police or the hospitals yet, as far as I know. So I'm okay.
Yeah, I even got his mom in on it because I stopped at Simon's house, which is it's not even out of my way. Like, I just drove through like Sealy's Bay because Simon brought back souvenirs and candies and stuff for Tiana, mainly for Tiana.
Yeah.
So I picked up the candy and she's like, oh yeah, Simon's on his way and stuff like that. I was like, oh, Well, that sucks. I was kind of bummed out. I couldn't get to see him because Cy was on, in quotations, the train on the way back home, but he wasn't. So then I get there and I call Nick. I'm like, "Hey Nick, I'm 2 minutes away. Can you meet me downstairs in the lobby to help me carry stuff in?" And Nick forgot the keys to get back into the building, so he just stayed in the lobby staring at me as I'm struggling with my luggage. And he's also holding his daughter Melody, and straight up, like, we go in the elevator, we get upstairs, and I'm walking in the apartment and stuff. And as I'm talking about my day, talking about my drive, etc., like, Nick keeps smiling. Like, he's smiling for like no reason. I'm like, hey, why is he smiling? This guy just doesn't smile for like no reason. Like, he just kept smiling. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I went to go put my luggage down, and like straight up, I turn the corner and I look in the kitchen, and there's Simon just chilling. I'm like, oh my god. And let me stop it right there. Just letting you guys know that when it cuts and it seems a little bit out of context and I'm ranting about YouTube's copyright policies, yeah, it's because some random person started playing music across the street from a balcony, so I actually had to cut this podcast short by 16 minutes. So yeah, if there's background music that starts playing on my end, it's because I had to put that in post to try and cover up the music that was already playing during the live video. So sorry about that, guys. Now back to the podcast. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. YouTube fixed the problem because it's annoying. Like, I don't mind listening to music and chatting, but I'm always at ease for recording a video because y'all regulations and copyright laws is just ridiculous. So with that being said, as usual, you guys can find me with my YouTube channel, just Nathan Kirk, plain and simple. Or if you want to listen to the audio version of Volcourt Exposed, you can go to Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, or literally any other podcast platform that you prefer. It's there. Does anyone else have anything else to say?
Love you, Mom.
Your mom's not gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, "Oh," you're like, "Hey, Mom, I was on a podcast." "Oh, were you?" She's never gonna. She's never gonna search it up.
No. She only follows you on Instagram too.
Oh,
Like some photos here and there.
I haven't noticed.
They're mostly my photos. Like, he's posted good photos. Why don't you post good photos? Like, I'm bad. I'm not a good person.
Alright guys, on that note, we have a pretty big project coming up in the fall of 2023 that we're working on, so stay tuned for that. But again, you guys have an amazing week, and I don't know when I'm making another vlog. I just go with the flow at this point. It used to be weekly, but I gave up. So alright everybody, have a good night, because the guy playing music seems to be having a good night. So
Let's go park.
Waka waka.